So, a couple months ago, after I finished doing my Good Mythical morning ranking, yes, this is another Good Mythical morning video. I'm sorry, after this one, I'll do one more, and then I'll quit doing them for a while. But like I was saying, after I did that, I said that I would do a video where I set every episode in the ranking list. Well, the thing is, that video will be way too long because I have so many episodes. So that's how I do this. I would tell you my top 10 best episodes, and then my top 10 worst episodes. Right now, let's talk about the best, because let's just start out good, and then we'll get into like the bad stuff in a couple of days. So yeah, I'm doing this in a top 10 list. That's really all I gotta say. Let's begin, and don't get mad at me. Okay, so starting off at number 10, we have Will It Taco Reheated. Yes, I like this one better than Will It Taco. This episode's from Season 15, and Season 15 is just terrific all around. Some of the worst episodes of the show are just meh, like 5 out of 10, 4 out of 10, stuff like that. But this one is at my favorite. It's one of my favorites of the series, as you probably know, and my second favorite of the entire season. So yeah, Will It Taco Reheated is good. It's like an homage to the entire show. Because this was the 1500th episode, and they decided to recreate their first and one of the most popular Will It Taco. I like this one a lot. It has a few jokes, and like I said, it just feels like they're doing an honest homage to like their entire show. This is the only time I think that they've done it good, because like in other parts of the show, like in Season 16, they tried to recreate the Play-Doh food taste test, and it just turned out awful. And that one is near the bottom of my ranking list. So yeah, that's just a little hint for the next video. So yeah, Will It Taco Reheated is amazing. 9.7 out of 10. It's good. And the 9th best episode of the entire show, in my opinion, is Will It Double Awesome. This one, I believe, is a sponsored episode by Nesquik, which is one of the most soulless companies on Earth. But besides that, they're responsible for one of the best episodes of the entire show. It is just pure creativity. Rhett and Link pick one thing out of a hat, another thing out of the hat, combine them together to see if they make a good thing. Like, a few of them that stick out of mind me of the show were like a knight shining armor with a motorcycle. A mariachi band with a bounce house was one of my favorites. Naps with the bounce house, naps with the mariachi band, stuff like that. It's just full of creativity for like the next 15 minutes. I love this one a lot. You should really go check it out. A 9.75 out of 10. This one's good. And next up, for the number 8 spot, I have Cooking in the Bathroom Challenge. It's a Season 9 episode, and it is very, very funny. Again, I like how creative it is, because theoretically, you can do this. You can cook bacon with a curling iron. You can make coffee with a shower. You can do all these things, but nobody's actually going to do it, because there's a health risk. I don't want to get hepatitis B. But, Rhett and Link do it anyway. And like I said before, it's very, very funny. Very creative and very funny is how I'd sum up this one. 9.8 out of 10. This one's solid. And for my number 7 spot, I have Secret Tapes of Rhett and Link. I already talked about this one in my part 1 of Ranking Every Good with Morning episode, so I'm just going to sum it up a little bit right here. I like this one a lot. It has a few funny moments. It really sums up the innocence of a child, I guess, here, and that's what makes this one very funny and one of the best of the entire series. I don't know, if you want me to go in more depth on this episode, I've talked about it for my Season 1 review in my Part 1 Ranking Every Good Mythical Morning episode. So if you want to know more, just check out that bit. And for my number 6 spot, I put a fan favorite episode, Will It Shoe. Again, like Will It Double Awesome and all of that, it's just pure creativity, and I love it a lot. It's just pure creativity, like I said. It has a lot of good ideas, like the dodgeball shoe. Even though it's completely unusable and you can't walk on them, it's a funny idea. The Harry Potter shoes are cool, the butter churn shoes are cool, and the Lego shoes are iconic. This one's great. Easily one of the best of the series. If you're new to the series, check this one out. You won't regret it. And now we are entering the top 5. What will start the top 5 best Good Mythical Morning episodes? Walmart Food Taste Test. The second oldest on this list, besides Secret Tapes of Rhett and Link. This one has it all. It has a lot of good jokes and just a lot of good jokes. That's it. That's why it's up here. It's also the real first taste test. Yes, they ate like Nutella and Jif peanut butter to see which one was better like a couple episodes before this. But this is the actual first fully fledged taste test of the show. And yes, I know that they had shirts and medicine on here, which ain't actual food, but this is the first taste test on the show. I also think this is a very good one. And the smoothie stuff at the end was funny as well. This whole episode's funny, easily one of the funniest. Okay, the third spot is actually the funniest episode of the entire series, but we'll just wait till then. This is the second funniest though. So yeah, this episode's really good. Highly recommend you check it out like all of these. And for the number 4 spot, we have the newest episode on the list I meant. The live stream that they did in 2020. It really doesn't have a name, and you can't really find it anywhere on YouTube. They have it put on like their society website if you want to look at it over there and take like a subscription for it. But that was probably posted so long ago you can't even find it. So this is really relatively lost media, I guess. But yeah, this thing's good. It was basically an 8-hour-long live stream that was a charity to the homeless. And I think it was done really well. It has a lot of good moments, like Link being turned into street corn, which is a continuation of a series that they do on the channel. I would show you pictures, but again, this is probably like lost media at this point, so I can't really show you it. They brought like Mike back from a couple seasons, which was nice. They made like a mobile that you'd hang over a crib with Rhett's son. It has a lot of good moments, and I like it a lot. Check this one out. I wish that they still had it like up on the channel, but they don't, sadly. They do one once a year, and the last one that they did the year afterwards wasn't nearly as good, but they're still solid. So, yeah, check them out next year if you're interested. And now, for third place, the bronze medal best episode. What is it? It is, Guess That Cheesy infomercial. It's a season 15 episode. Like I said earlier, season 15 is such a solid, great season. So it's really ain't no surprise that it's all the way up here. This one is by far the funniest episode of the entire series. I always laughed for I'd say half of it. If I'm not laughing, I have this silly grin on my face while watching it. It's great. Some of the highlights are a few of the infomercials are just so weird. Like this towel, the wrappable towel. Look at this. You want to look like a caveman when you walk out? Yeah. Just these infomercials boost its humor as well as them. I don't know if when they were making this episode, their restrictions were loosened. This actually feels like a season 6 or 7 episode from how it's made. So yeah, really great episode. Move on to number 2 now. Coming in at second place, one of my favorites, and only one of 2 10 out of 10 episodes, Sourest Foods Taste Test. This one is incredibly funny, and also it knows when it needs to be serious and when not to do what it needs to do. What they're doing is kind of dangerous, but ain't gonna kill anything or anyone. In later seasons, they drink enough Red Bull to give them cardiac arrest. But right here, it's just fine. It's very funny, and the faces that they make when they eat something sour is timeless. Also, the song that they sang at the end was pretty funny. Pure Mississippi moment, if you ask me. So yeah, Sourest Foods Taste Test is amazing. Go check it out. 10 out of 10 episode. Here it is. The best episode. Number 1. What is it? As you can probably guess, it is a season 6 episode. It is Will It Popsicle. Yet I cannot find anything wrong with Will It Popsicle as of recording. All the jokes land, it's just so charming, and everything in it works. Yes, it ain't really that complex of an episode. They don't really have to do that much. Pour some popsicle on, stick sticks in it. There. But they do really creative things, like a chili popsicle, or a wax popsicle, or a sawdust popsicle. All these things are funny and they work. It's just nice to see them do stuff like this. And again, it's very charming and all the jokes land. That's really all I have to say. It just shows how good the show was and how awful it's fallen. But we'll get to how awful it's fallen in a couple of days. Probably like Friday or Monday, around then. So yeah, this episode's amazing. Go check it out if you haven't. You will not regret it. And if you do, then we just have different opinions. And you know what? It's fine.